Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. This particular video is back at Long Live Paintball on a beautiful December day. This was actually a last minute outing because of the gloomy forecast the past few days where it said it was going to be raining from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all through Monday. But when I checked Friday afternoon, that the rain wasn't going to start till the evening on Saturday. I took that opportunity to gear up real quickly and get ready for Saturday. Now for this particular video, I'm just going to try something a little bit different. I'm just going to add a little bit of commentary here and there, so hope you guys like it. So when I was getting ready early in the morning, I was basically preparing for a day of full rec ball. So instead of bringing my cleats, I put on my boots, thinking that it was going to be very muddy and have a lot of those puddles with that really stinky water, and I didn't want to have to bother with that with wet socks and wet shoes and all that. It just ruins anybody's day. And I also didn't bring any knee pads or my arm pads because it was going to be another one of those really nice easy day, just having fun, just relaxing and just practicing. And I wasn't going to do any of that sliding or diving or anything like that. But as you can see, I'm on the speedball field. In fact, most of the day was spent in the speedball field. Right about here, I'm playing Dorito, and I see the guy in Snake, and I see him move up, and I was about to move to my left, and I almost ran into the ref, who actually came by me to check it to see if I was hitting the mask. So that was a near collision right there, so I had to go back to my bunker just in case he saw me trying to move. But once I tried to peek out, I totally lost him. I didn't know where he was. And my next move was to move up to see if I can get a better angle and surprise him. And as I was moving up, fortunately for me, I got the drop on him as he popped right back out, and I was able to shoot him before he got a chance to shoot me. So that was a little bit of a scare for that game in particular. So anyway, as I was leaving the pro shop to head back to the car and get my stuff ready, I see a few members of PB Fusion heading over to the staging area, and about a few minutes later, Dirtraven showed up and a few other guys, and they all looked ready for some speedball. So basically that was the reason why I spent most of the day in the speedball field hanging out with these guys. Now my main concern at first was how slippery the field was going to be because I had boots on, and I decided to leave my cleats because I wasn't planning on playing speedball, and I didn't want to be slipping all over the place and capturing any more noob moments. Actually, I did have a few noob moments, as you'll see later on. Well, actually, you know what? Let's have a quiz. I have a quiz for you, and you pick to see which one I did. A, I start the game with a hopper off. B, I run out of air. C, I start shooting with the barrel bag on. And D, I dove and had a core sample. So tell me which one you think I'm going to do later on in this video. Now the day was certainly beautiful. It was sunny, it was warm. Definitely a surprise being that it's December. It's almost Christmas time. The weather was about, high 50s, sunny, and definitely a lot warmer than most of the people thought, even me. I was sweating throughout the day, but not too much. It was definitely comfortable. It was definitely a really good day to play. As far as speedball, it took some adjustments in the beginning. For the past few months, mostly I've been playing rec ball, so spending most of the day in speedball was definitely an adjustment. I had to get used to all the bunkers and moving and definitely communicating. As you'll see in the video, I wasn't really communicating or calling out any positions or anything like that. So I got hit off break one time. A few other games I got hit just trying to move up a little too quickly, not really looking around to see where they are. So when I moved up to the bunker, I was basically pinched in, you know, getting caught from the corner as well as the Dorito side and even home. There was one time I actually got caught by all three and lit up.
D1! D1!
Yeah, that was definitely a learning experience to be shot by all three of them. So this is the game where I have my noob moment. If you guessed that I started the game with the hopper off, I've done that before, but not today. I wish it was that, because all I would have had to do was turn the hopper back on and get to shooting. If you guessed it was start shooting with the barrel bag still on and making a big mess in the barrel, I have never done that, and I hope I never will. If you guessed that I was going to run out of air, even though it was an ego, you are right. They say there's a first time for everything, and this is unfortunately the first time for me. I've never run out of air in a game before, but that happened this game. What's even more embarrassing is it happened while I was using an ego, which is supposed to be a very, very efficient marker. And it's just one of those things I don't know. I have no explanation. I think because
I'm out!
usually don't shoot so much paint in one game. If I shoot a hopper and a pod in one game, that's a lot. And for most of these games today, I was going through two pods in a hopper, sometimes 3 pods in just one game. And to think about looking at the tank gauge after one game, no, I didn't even think about that. Usually I'll play 2 games in Speedball, maybe even go through 2-3 pods in those 2 games, and then when I walk out, I'll fill up the tank. But I don't know what happened. I just wasn't checking it after every game, and lo and behold, it happened. So in the middle of the game, I was deciding, should I just call myself out and walk out, or stay in the game, pop my head in and out, make them think I'm still shooting at them, and for a few seconds, maybe 10-15 seconds, I was sitting there debating on what to do, and peeked out once, twice, 3 times on the Dorito side, make the guy think that I'm still in there, and then I have a chance of getting him out. But after 10-15 seconds, I was getting bored, and I decided to just call myself out and just walk out of the field with the tail between my legs. Now for the ones that guessed that I was going to dive and do a core sample, that's just wrong. You guys are just mean. I've seen some of the results on Google or Facebook of people core sampling, and those guns are totally jacked up. So if you thought that was going to happen to me, man, you're just plain wrong. That's one of the reasons I made a vow that I would never, ever do a Superman dive. I've been tempted to try and do it, practice it without the gun. To be honest, I don't have space in my living room to try and do that, and to do that in the field and embarrass myself, I don't know. I haven't gotten to that part yet, and so mid-game, absolutely no way. I'm not going to take that chance. I mean, I can take getting the wind knocked out of me. That's fine. I'll just get up and, roll across the field to the side, whatnot. But to just ruin the gun or maybe even break a rib, nah, that's not for me. Now, this clip is the last game for me for the day. Most of the guys from Speedball actually left already, and I was also packing up. I just disassembled everything and unpacked everything, and Ed calls out to me from the other side of the staging area and says that he needed one more person and if I could still make it, to try and make it. So I
One
I
out,
put
one out.
the tank back
Eddie,
on
one
the
out.
gun, the barrel back on, the hopper back on. I didn't put the pod pack back on, but I have pod loops on my pants, so I was able to carry one pod with me. I figured it was rec ball. I wasn't going to be shooting as much paint as I did in Speedball, so I was fine with one pod. Up until I get to where we were going to start from, and I find out they set up a 10 versus 3 game. From what I saw while I was walking up, I saw maybe 3 or 4 other speedballers on the other team, as well as 6 rentals. Now, I've never really seen how the other guys played, so I didn't know them. They didn't jump on in the speedball field, but they had their own PB gear, they had their own jerseys, they had their own guns. I didn't see what type of gun they had, but it was definitely electronic and could definitely keep up. And it was definitely late for me to go back and get my pod pack and refill the pod, so I was basically stuck with a hopper and a pod. Now, Ed's plan was for me to take left side and just camp out there
You ready? I'm moving
in
up.
the shed and just hold my side, while
Bravo, moving up.
the other two would storm right side strong, and in thinking that the speedballers would also take that side, that they were going to try and eliminate those speedballers and then eventually swing around and try to move all the other people to the left, so then we can all get them in an angle and pick them off. That's what the plan was anyway, and as you can see, it's not turning out that way. It was definitely one of those things that would get you worried. It was just way too quiet off the break. Usually, you would see 3 or 4 people running to where they have to be at. But when I was running to the shed, I don't really think I saw anybody. And it was just one of those eerie feelings like, wait, something's not right. Something's going on. And it being a 10 against 3, you got to play it safe. You don't want to do anything foolish or stupid and get yourself eliminated and leave the other two exposed. I mean, if I got hit, that left our left side way open, and if once they saw that, they could just hook around and get the other two. Now, if it was just a regular 5-on-5, 7-on-7, or whatever it is, and without really unorganized plan, once I saw it was pretty quiet on the left side, I most likely would have advanced to the next bunker to try and see where they're at, or see where they're firing from. But the plan was for me to stay, assess the situation, and basically just cover my side and one ball, a couple here and there, and see if I can keep them down while I wait for the other two to do their work. But I just wasn't seeing anybody. I wasn't hearing any shots on my side. I was hearing quite a few shots on the right side. I was hearing a few electros just going off on the right side. So I basically did what I was supposed to do for a few minutes anyway. And
Okay?
once I was able to look at what the other two were doing, I saw that Sal, one of the other guys, was behind a bunker. He was looking over his gun, so I knew he was having some sort of trouble. So I just stayed put and try to shoot at some of the other two guys that I saw on the left side finally, and
One out, Ed!
just see what would happen next. So after a couple of, I don't know, I guess just 1 minute, it felt like 2 or 3 minutes, I looked over at Sal, and he was still looking over his gun, so I knew it wasn't like a barrel break or something with a hopper where he just had to clear a jam or anything like that. I knew he was a little bit more serious, and he wouldn't be able to play this game. So it was essentially a 10 versus 2. So there's more pressure to stay alive and not do anything foolish. So at this point, I wasn't really doing anything in the game or helping our side. So what I had to do was I had to tell Sal that I'm going to move up so that the other guy would know that I was moving up, so he can change something and we can just push forward together. And eventually that turned out to be a good move. Once I moved up a few more bunkers, I was able to see where those speedballers were. There was one guy who actually left his whole side open to me. He was so concerned with the other side that he was on one side of the building. I don't think he even saw me, but I saw him on top of a bunker, and I went back down and I shot maybe 6 or 7 balls over the bunker in the middle of the field, and by the time it would get to him, he would drop down, and I don't think he even saw where those paintballs were coming from, and I didn't even see it hit him. But once I went back up to see what happened, his hands were already up. So after that, I just slowly moved up further in the field. I kept hearing Ed firing his gun, so I kind of sort of knew where he was, and I just had to keep it conservative and just moving up and not doing too much, just making sure I move slowly and not get caught, because I didn't really know how many people were left. I did see a few rentals
Ed, you in?
out, and at least 2 of the speedballers out, but I didn't want to move too much and
Ed, you
get
in?
caught. Well, it was definitely a great day, definitely warm weather for December, so I was glad I was able to take advantage of that. Also a great day playing with those guys, and thank you for watching this video. Even though it's another 20-minute video, I hope you found it a little interesting and not boring. And as always, feel free to let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe, like. Let me know if you like this or if there's anything that I could make it any better. Go ahead and let me know. And in case you haven't seen the other video, Polo Just for Paintball, a fellow paintballer, local, is celebrating his 1,000th subscriber, and he's doing a giveaway. So if you click on the link above, it will take you to another video explaining all the rules, what you have to do. It's basically simple. It shouldn't take more than 2 minutes, and you'll definitely get a chance to try and win this nice high quality dye I4 mask. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful and blessed Christmas.